Hello everyone and welcome. This is Mike with DiscGolfVanLife, and I've got some exciting new coverage for you here at the Open at Tallahassee, where this year's tournament has been brought to you by Visit Tallahassee. We'll be bringing you all 3 rounds of the FPO card, where they'll be playing at the Dave Muntean designed course here at Tom Brown Park. This course is going to be a big, challenging course for the women, coming in at just under 8,000 feet with a par of 66. And joining me for commentary is Nina Guerrero and Chuck.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks for joining me here. And we have your feature card. First up is Rebecca Cox.
Rebecca Cox is a really good player out of Cincinnati, Ohio. She had a really good season last year.
And next up, we got Sarah Hokom.
Really strong forehand player. Crushes the disc and throws it well.
And then we have Nid Ovathanasin.
Not completely familiar with her game, but a solid player. Watched her throw some crush backhands in practice.
And rounding off the card, we got Morgan Lynds.
Morgan Lynds is one of my favorite twins.
And we'll get started here with hole 1, which is a 285-foot par 3.
You got OB on the right side. You got OB long and OB a little long on the left side. The green on this hole is completely and very skippy on this hole. So you basically want to throw a hyzer over the right side, something over stable, or go up straight to the middle and have the skip play or a forehand.
Teeing up first, sponsored by Lynds.
Yeah, first up we got Rebecca Cox.
She's probably going to go with the mid off the tee. She's got a lot of power. Today was a really windy day as well.
I believe it was head right to left today on this day.
Yeah, like 45 miles an hour, right? I think that was her Comet.
She's safely in bounds.
Next to tee off.
Got that a little low, dug into the ground, well short of circle.
Hokom's probably going to go with their sidearm. Looks like maybe a fairway.
Probably looking to take it wide left and get a good skip towards the basket.
Yep. Nice little flex shot typically with her. She throws them really well.
Just gotta miss this tree at the end.
Ooh, she's safe.
Next to tee off, sponsored by Discraft.
Looks like
Sun King
just
Disc,
outside of
Khaki
circle.
Sacks, dry bags, and Zone Sporting Goods. And, oh! Get my knob in here.
So she's got some mid-ranges in her hands. Figuring out what she's going to throw.
Yeah, Nid throwing for Discraft.
Nice
Looks
little
good,
flat
but it
shot.
needs to sit down. In the safe zone.
Didn't take too bad of
Rounding
a
out the
skip
card,
on that
a
fast
former
green.
Open Tallahassee champion,
Yeah,
sponsored
looks
by
to be
Discraft,
just
Sun
outside
King
of circle.
Disc, Morgan
And I
Lynds.
know this looks like she's flicking a zone. Probably going to play the little hyzer. Oh,
It's turned over on her a bit.
Slides up.
Stays in bounds.
Looks like all the ladies will get to test out their up shots or their jump putts. Rebecca with a nice little flick up here. And
good up. Good up.
like about 18.
And I think she would just lay this up, yeah.
Yeah, she had the tree in her way and just on the edge of OB there.
Sarah just laying up as well. Taking the easy par. Nid gives a little bid. Oh, just short.
So
Par is not a bad score on this hole at all.
No,
This is a
especially with
tricky
the
hole.
wind today.
yeah. And a good putt.
Yeah,
It jams it in there.
Her putting has improved so much over the last couple years, and you could see from her season last year on tour.
yeah, she's got a super strong, solid putt.
Morgan in for the par.
I think those are GT Challengers that she's putting with.
Just a couple tap-ins to close out the par frame.
Sarah shaking it out with a par on the first hole.
All right, and that's going to get us on into hole 2. This is a 335-foot par 3.
So this hole I would play it as going straight up the middle, like flexing something a little stable on that right side and let it hyzer back to the basket. Or there's a forehand side where you can flex to the left side just to get to the basket. There's a lot of openings when you get to the basket, but you just want to make sure you hit the tunnel. The hitting out of bounds, there is out of bounds over to the right side.
A lot of roots down by the green on this hole. So you want to try to fly it. Like Rebecca's doing here.
It's back. Oh, that's a putt.
Yep, just outside of circle up on the hill.
Sarah Hokom's probably going with the flex.
Yeah, she's probably going to flex that sidearm to the left side. A lot tighter of a gap to hit, though.
You beat that first tree on the left up there, it gets open down by the green if she can hold straight. Looks like she's done that nicely.
Looking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the gap.
Nice skip forward, probably inside circle from there.
Nid looks like she's ripping on a fairway.
Ooh, that looks really good. Good turn.
It's got stable up.
Catches the bottom of the tree.
I'm just gonna flex some. Oh, she went a different route. Yep, she's got a putt too. It's wide open over there. Definitely want to land on that left side. It's a little more open than the right.
This is a tough spot for Rebecca. Through the trees.
I feel like she's got to can this one.
There's gaps over there.
Oh,
that was so close. Nid's got her a putt.
Oh, the basket is not giving them the love right now.
Oh, sit down.
They're giving it a bid.
oh, all of them, all over the basket.
And it's got a little bit of a comebacker back. And she gets it.
Nice putt from Nid.
Rebecca with about a 10-footer, taking her time, making sure she's ready to putt it.
Yeah, 10-footers and 20-footers seem really kind of nervy when there's like 45-mile-per-hour winds just blowing.
Yeah, especially, you know, we're only 2 holes in. First round of the tournament here.
You gotta set your pace for the rest of the weekend.
And we're going to see Sarah coming in, cleaning up another par frame. And that's going to take us into hole 3. This is a 245-foot par 3.
It seems like it would be an easy hole, but it kind of is not an easy hole because you have to go through the center gap. Sometimes you can get lucky into the woods when you throw a disc towards the woods. Sometimes you get a good kick towards the basket or you get a bad kick. Just depends. That walking path we just flew by also is out of bounds, so you don't want to throw it straight to the ground and be OB because it's easy to skip OB.
Oh, did that play as like a river?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The walking path way to the river. This hole also has a forehand route on it that you can get through on the left side there. Rebecca riffing straight up the middle. Oh, hyzer's out on her a little early. She'll have a look from there, but it'll be a long one.
The wind on this hole was unpredictable. It felt like it was a headwind, but it was like crosswind at the moment, and it was like just hyzering out early on some of the backhand shots.
Yeah, flip Sarah over. Got me a tough spot from over there. Real obstructed.
Nid gets one flat.
Get in. Ooh, nice shot.
Keep that tree,
Oh, that was clean.
and she'll have a great look at it.
Yeah, it's a small window. You got to hit all the way up there.
Morgan's looking good if it can get clean. Oh,
See, I feel like the
catches-
forehand was such a hard shot with this wind. It just pulling them over. It's not getting them back to the basket in time. Gives it a bit. That was a good up.
Yeah, it really just wants to get up there and get that par.
Sarah's actually not as bad as I thought it was. She's kind of got a little gap to go for it.
That's pretty fortunate. This green has a lot of obstructions around it.
Oh, it gets
It's the basket. Good bid.
Morgan just tossing one up there. Let's see if Nid can get the bird. Oh, man.
This basket is you can't see it a lot, but it's a little elevated from where Nid was at. So you got to get them putts up and get them in the chains. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, and then on the green. The green is definitely easy for rollaways.
Not a bad par. Another par frame for us here. All right, so let's get on to hole 4. This is a 280-foot par 3.
You got OV on that right side, and where that white truck is, there's OB long of that. A lot of women want to just play the backhand hyzer, let it skip off the ground and go to the basket, or if you have a forehand, nice little just hyzer forehand through the left side gap. Rebecca's probably going to go for the skip play. Yeah, she's going to the ground play.
That looks good.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, everybody that played from the shorter tees, that path on the left also was OB.
Yep.
So Sarah going to show us her backhand. It's a little low out the hands.
She gets a good slide up. She'll have a little chip up from there. Nid ripping on a fairway. Looks good. Get some skip. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Circles
great.
Morgan going backhand too.
Hers gets a little more turn. She's going to keep her outside.
Kind of a straight skip there.
Sarah.
Giving it a bid.
Like.
Nope.
Yeah,
Still
just
don't
kind
wanna
of
mess
tossing
with
it
that
up.
early. Yeah. Morgan's gonna give it a bid.
Just left of the basket. Nid still a lot further than I thought.
Just right.
Yeah, that was basket high.
There she is for a comebacker.
Yep.
No problem. Good putt. She wasn't happy about it.
And then everybody else is gonna tap in for their pars.
Except Rebecca here, that was definitely a birdie. That drive was parked.
That was my bad. Forgot she parked it. I was looking at everybody else's putts. That was a really good birdie.
All right, and after a little bit of a walk here, we're gonna get on to hole 5. This is a 415-foot par 4.
This is a one where I think mid is a good play off of, or fairway. Try not to throw too much off the tee because you can get into some rough spots. There is a Mando over there, but I feel like it would be really hard for off RT to miss the Mando. I also think this is like one of the easiest par 4s to get a birdie on.
You see the spotter down there. There's an OB line down there in the woods if you flip one over.
Or get a nasty kick.
This is just pured from Rebecca.
Yeah, that's really all you need to do. Makes it a soft par 4 if you just play it to that landing zone.
Yep.
Toss up another one, maybe even a putter on your second shot, and tap in your birdie.
You know, sometimes there's really not necessary to like go for an eagle if you just want to play smart, especially if it's only round 1. You want to try to play mid-range or putter off the tee and just go putter or mid-range to the basket.
Sarah gets one over to the left side there. Should be a decent spot. Nid getting one through the gap. Also over to that left side. She should have options from over there.
Morgan going for the forehand.
Flips up nice. Get a little finish.
Oh, get a tree kick at the end there. Good second tree to keep her not all the way in the rough at least.
Yeah, looks like a little flex shot through there.
Oh, wow. Laced it with that one.
It's got a
Nid got a pretty good gap.
Gets around that. Oh, almost got around that last tree. That should still give her a nice 7, 8, 10 foot putt.
Yep. Sarah taking the widest gap out there, skipping it up. And that should be an easy birdie for her as well.
Is Rebecca going to give it a run for the eagle?
Oh. Oh, that's tough. These are with a long bid for birdie here.
Just right of the basket.
And that's going to leave her with another long look to save her par now.
And gets it in there. That's a great save. I know she won't be happy with that one, but it's better than the alternative.
Nid putting for her birdie.
Taking her time. And dead center.
Nice. That's going to get Nid started with her first birdie of the round.
Morgan in for the birdie.
And
Sarah should do the same.
That's going to be Morgan's first birdie as well. It's going to be Morgan and Sarah's first birdie for the rounds.
I think Nid too.
Yeah, all three of them.
All three of them.
All right, now we're on to hole 6. There's another par 4 at 410 feet.
You want to try to hit the center gap. It's hard sometimes to not hit those 2 trees in the main when you enter the gap. You want to either play for the birdie and try to get out of the whole entire fairway and get up into the on top of the hill. There's like that OB rock. It's kind of like an island in my opinion, but Sarah's probably going to go the flex up the center gap. Try to get out.
Yeah, this hole you want to kind of finish more to the left side if you can.
Oh.
And Sarah takes a bad kick there.
Yeah, it's going to put her to the right, real cut off to approach the green from there.
Nid ripping one pretty straight. Gets a little
Kaiser.
finish.
Yeah.
Yep, she's up there. She'll have it'll be a tough approach, turnover angle.
You can get past those trees. You can definitely put yourself up, line yourself up for a birdie opportunity.
Morgan catches one of the middle trees and drops straight down.
Yeah, that's really not a bad spot for her from there.
Rebecca.
Ooh, she skims it through. Oh.
She gets a kick off a tree, but to the left side, so she'll have a gap there.
So she laying up. She going for it. Yeah.
Just laying up to the top of the hill there. Nice little jump putt up. Yeah, Sarah really pinched off over here. Tough spot.
Yeah, going with a forehand roller.
When she gets out nicely.
That is a great shot.
Becca's probably going to pitch up to
Around
Where
that stump up there is
Yeah.
a good spot to be. And you'll have a little jump putt
Yeah.
right about there. It's a good spot.
They're going to try to take a big Anheuser approach.
Yep. Right up.
Ooh. That rock just stopped her from going into that OB.
Probably about a 40-footer for Nid.
Yeah, she'll have a birdie look. Everybody else is just tossing up to get their pars.
Sarah throws a nice approach. Rebecca
Get it.
giving it a floaty bid.
Ooh. She's got so much power from like circle 2.
Morgan just pitching across.
See if we can get this birdie this time, Nid.
Off the basket.
Again, just off the basket.
In for the par.
I feel like getting par on this is also getting strokes on the field.
Par is a great score on.
Yeah, it's a tough fairway to get all the way to the landing zone, and then you got those OB rocks to deal with.
Sarah in for the par.
Not an easy hole.
Rebecca in for par. Morgan in for par. Par frame for the ladies on a tough hole.
All right, that's going to get us on to hole 7. This is the first par 5 out here, 750 feet.
So most ladies will probably take the layup. It's definitely a crush to get across the first path. But most girls are going to either take a stable mid or fairway and just lay up and then throw across.
And then try to get into the gap that's way up at the top there.
Super fun hole to play. Very, very fair hole.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, most everybody's just going to be laying up just before this OB like creek right here.
Yep. Sarah in a good spot there.
You really just want to leave yourself with like good footing for your next throw.
Yep. Down at the bottom of the hill where Nid's headed is really good. She'll have some great footing.
I think the good landing zone is being on that right side when you lay up, because you're lining yourself up pretty well for your second shot. And then also when you get up the hill, you want to land on that right side so you have a good look into the gap where the basket is.
Morgan in a good spot.
Dead center.
Yep.
It's a good spot.
Looks like everybody's going to be set up nice for their next shot.
This shot right here is a fun shot to throw. Just throw it at that telephone pole and get you a good look at that gap over there to the left side.
Yeah.
Sarah's going to be pinching herself off a little bit here, it looks like.
And it's aiming for the pole. Try to get it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
She'll have herself a decent angle going in there. Rebecca ripping one to flat. Hold right there.
Yep.
Yep, she's in a good spot for a nice little hyzer into the gap.
Sometimes if you get on that left side a little too much, it pinches you off from getting into the gap.
Morgan crushing one up the top of the hill.
That's where Sarah unfortunately put herself at.
Ooh. They pulled that a little bit.
And she'll be looking right down the gap.
Yeah, just at the opening.
Yep. This is such a tough gap to hit. There's trees in the middle of it that cut you off.
Mm-hmm. There's
Sarah
flex
throwing
something
the
in there.
flex.
She almost got in.
Yep. She's right at the mouth of the gap. She'll be looking at about a 70-footer right there.
I think Rebecca is trying to get in there. If she can hit this gap, just skip on in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Took it a little wide. She's still going to be outside circle for that.
Now that hyzer play plays well if you push the back of that gap. Like Morgan there missed a little early, so caught the middle trees right in the gap. Nid pitching up. Good shot.
Toss one up there for an easy par now.
Thought that was like a little bit of a bid.
Sarah right in this middle clump of trees. Plenty of options though. Nice little pitch up.
Rebecca's got a putt for birdie.
Yeah, this is for birdie.
Right at circle's edge and gets it. Great putt.
Just off the front of that basket. Nice.
That's a great birdie.
Yeah, this is a great one to get for Rebecca. Everybody else taking pars. I feel like hole 7 was kind of like playing in the middle of the pack as far as difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ultimate key to that hole is getting in that gap at the top of the hill to get a putt, like Rebecca.
All right, and here is hole 8, 530 feet, par 5.
This hole is, I think, the toughest hole on the course. It's a very narrow gap to get out. Most women are gonna try to. There's some women that will go for it. Like I know Rebecca Cox has the distance to get through that gap and give herself a good opportunity for a possible eagle. Most women will probably just play mid or fairway off the tee. You just want to hit that initial gap to get out. There is OB down there at that creek.
And Rebecca just absolutely peers it. I can promise you folks, this gap is not as big as it looks on film. Sarah probably going a flat forehand here. Gets it a little turned.
Ooh, safe. Right before the OB.
Nid lacing one.
Oh.
Hits that last tree at the end, man.
She gets to a decent spot though. That's not the worst.
Yeah.
Morgan going flex. Get through. Don't go OB. Safe.
Everybody's safe off the tee.
Sarah with another forehand roller. Trying to hit this tight gap here.
Gets it out into the open.
Yeah, she gets out there.
Sit down. There's OB right there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, she's good.
She was calling for it to sit down. So Morgan's super pinched off here, and
Yeah.
I don't even know if she's got a gap.
Oh,
Do that
she
right
found one out of there. That is a tough spot over there on that right side.
So Nid's cut off as well, but should be able to get a nice Anheuser up there.
Nice little low skipper up there to a good spot.
Sarah's probably gonna flick something up there. Also, the middle part of that up there, the yellow flags, is just casual relief area. It's not OB, or it's not a hazard either. It just gives us the opportunity to putt from the drop zone if we're in a spot that's not great for us to be standing on.
Yeah, it's optional, right?
Yes. No stroke penalty.
Rebecca flexing
There.
one
Ooh.
up
She got-
on the hill.
Yeah, she got up top.
She'll have another birdie look. That's a great shot.
Oh, that's an eagle look.
Oh,
Yeah, she's gonna has a look for an eagle, and she got the perfect height on that to get it up and over that hill. Sometimes it's really hard to get that height properly on that without it sliding and going back down into the casual area.
Morgan and Nid getting up there for birdie looks. Sarah pitching one up. Should be good for a par. All right, Morgan's got a birdie bid.
Oh,
Just off the right side.
So many chains.
These ladies are beating these baskets to death.
It's going to be Nid for birdie.
And she finds the chain.
Takes it this time. Second birdie of the round for her.
Again, that was about the same putt she had on 3 there that was uphill. And you got to get that putt up. Great putt by her.
Becca's got her putt for eagle.
Yeah, this is nice. She got up here
That's 2 phenomenal shots.
in 2.
Yeah.
Takes the eagle.
I think also the only eagle on the round.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Not an easy hole to get the eagle on here.
Rebecca showing us how to do it on that one.
That's going to be par for Sarah. And unfortunately, after Morgan missed that birdie attempt, she's going to take par as well. And that's going to bring us on to the last hole of the front 9 here. It's a 295-foot par 3.
You get that Mando on the right and the left, the wide Mando. Most women, if they got a forehand, they're gonna play forehand. Some of the backhand players are gonna throw something a little flippy out wide and let it flex down there into the basket. This could be either you hit early or you get all the way down there. There's like rough on both sides before you get down to the basket. With the wind, it was like a headwind.
Rebecca getting one flipped over here.
That came in a little early.
It'll be obstructed down there, but maybe a look.
And it's going the backhand, trying to get it to turn, but it didn't turn. Hydrating out. Yep. It's a perfect spot, though.
Yeah, it's going to leave it with a long downhill look at the basket. Really like the forehand play here from Sarah.
Yep, opens up the gap, and the main thing is just hitting that gap. She gets it a little flipped over. She'll have a long look down the hill.
See if Morgan can correct on that.
Oh, Morgan got it flipped up nice.
Going a little too straight. Sends it a little long.
Yep, Morgan will have the closest look of the bunch. Probably a little bit outside of circle there.
So this is not looking good for Rebecca.
Yeah, she is in
Trying to get a forehand roller out of there, it looks like.
oh, catches the tree.
Wow. Only makes it about 15 feet. Still in a tough spot.
Catches another tree
Sit
on
down. This green also has a really bad hill for your disc to roll down. Sometimes if a player has a look at it, just even right outside circle one, most women are going to lay it up because of that downhill slope. It's just going to get up and roll.
Sarah pitching one up.
Sit down. Sit down.
And sits down for her.
Morgan with her birdie look.
Gives it a bid.
No fear right there.
Oh,
Left side.
flashes out for Rebecca.
Yeah, the pain just does not stop for her on this hole. Right after getting that eagle, too.
Morgan in for the par.
Yeah, it's going to be a par for Nid.
Sarah should be doing the same.
Yeah, par for Sarah to close out the front nine.
Yep, good putt from Sarah.
Guy's going to tap in her unfortunate double bogey.
And double bogey the hole after you pick up the eagle. Very unfortunate. And with that, we wrap up the front nine, where our feature card is struggling just a bit to take advantage of the scoring opportunities, with players like Lisa Fakis and Jordan Lynds both tied leading the group at 3 down. If you've been enjoying this coverage, please do us a favor, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and join us for the back nine.